Hi there, so this video is all going to be about how you can create and grow a wholehearted business. Now if you're watching this video, you probably already know that my name is Wholeheartedly Laura, and I really love the whole concept of being wholehearted and how we can really bring that into our lives and our businesses. So when it comes to business, before we can kind of look at how we can create a wholehearted business, we kind of need to look at what a wholehearted business actually is. And this is obviously just my kind of made up definition, but for me I think it's really helpful to think of business like this if you perhaps want to start a business that is, you know, based around your lifestyle that you want to create, where you really want to help people, where you want to make money but you don't want to get burnt out and that kind of thing, which I think is most of us, let's be fair. So the first thing is really what makes a wholehearted business is one that brings like all of your skills, talents and passion to the forefront and as part of your business. And that doesn't mean that if, you know, sometimes I think we can look at what we want to do as a business and think, well, you know, my job in statistics has got nothing to do with that, but there's always going to be some transferable skills. And I think it's really looking at, you know, not just like professional skills and professional qualifications or whatever, but just where your passions are in a business that really celebrates and brings those things together. And sometimes it's kind of hard to see how that happens, but in my case, for example, I studied art and design at university. I'm really passionate about good design and about things looking beautiful. So when I decided to start incorporating some web design and some branding design into what I did, it was just amazing because it really allowed me to bring all of that part of myself into my business, and it was just a wonderful thing to be able to do. But even if that wasn't the case for you, where you wanted to do, you know, let's say that you are interested in design, it might be that you know, that's a big part of your brand, is this like this really distinctive design as part of your brand, and you do that DIY. So there's different ways to bring that in, but I think it's about really looking at who you are and really bringing that in every area of your business, which kind of brings us on to the next thing. So another thing that makes a whole business wholehearted is kind of celebrating who you are as part of that business. People don't want to do business with brands, especially not if you're a coach or if you're some kind of service-based business where you're providing a service, especially online. People don't want to do kind of business with like this a faceless brand. They want to do business with you, and I think when you can really bring yourself in there, not only is it going to help with that, it's going to mean that it's a lot easier to stand out from the competition. I don't actually believe in competition, I should kind of just say that. I think I kind of think a bit differently around it, but what it does allow you to do is that there is a lot of coaches and a lot of other people out there with service-based businesses, probably in similar niches to what you're in, but what can really make you stand out is if you bring your whole self there. So that's really about you showing up on social media, hopefully like what I'm doing now, you know, whether that's video posts, you know, sharing a bit about who you are, and perhaps even things that you're interested in that have nothing to do with your business, that just make you a bit more of someone who could, you know, someone who people actually get to know and can really relate to. So that's another big part of it as well. Another part is kind of just being prepared to be challenged in your business, and I think again all of this is just about bringing as much of yourself into your business and to be wholehearted. And a big part of this, I think, is really about being prepared to be challenged, because I often say to people, you know, starting a business is like the most intense like personal development thing you'll ever get to do. It will bring up all of your shit, there's like no doubt about it. Any places that you're blocked, any places that you've got limiting beliefs, they're going to come out in the process of starting a business, I can guarantee that. So I think it's really important to be prepared to kind of show up for those challenges, and I like to think of that as about being a part of a wholehearted business, because this is really about your limiting beliefs and your things that keep you stuck, and being able to show up for that and be able to address those things and really look at what's going on. I think that's really powerful stuff too. And then finally, I think another thing that makes a business wholehearted is about being able to look at, you know, what's your version of success, essentially? Like, what does that mean and look like to you? And without kind of like, you know, all of the stuff that we see online, you know, like the 6 figures and like the, you know, the laptop lifestyle and being in Bali and stuff, which is great. And if that's your version of success, that's fantastic. But I really think not all of us are actually looking for that. You know, for me, when I started my business, it was like, I want to do something that I love, I really want to help people, I want to feel fulfilled, and I want to really enjoy what I do. And that's the next part I was going to get onto, because I think it's really important to really enjoy what you do. And you know, obviously I want to make money, but I want to create a business that really works around my lifestyle as a mum, especially as a new mum. You know, I've got a 2-month-old at the moment, and it was really essential for me to build a business that looked the way that I wanted to look, and it's taken me a long time to do that, to be honest. with a lot of learning, a lot of mistakes and things made along the way, but I've gotten there. And that's a big part of being a wholehearted business as well. And like I said, a really big part of it is about enjoying yourself. Like, if you're not enjoying yourself, then what's the point? You might be making, like, you can be making loads of money, but if you're not enjoying yourself, then I really think, you've got to, ask yourself what the hell's going on, because it should be about having some fun and really enjoying and feeling fulfilled by what it is that you do. And if you're not feeling that way in your business, then I really do believe that there's some tweaks that can probably be made to make sure that you do feel that way. So that's really what a wholehearted business looks like to me. And how do we start to kind of grow and develop a wholehearted business from those things? I think it comes down to a few things. I think it's making sure that you're showing up as yourself in your business. That can sometimes make you feel really vulnerable. It certainly made me feel vulnerable when I started doing that, a few years ago, especially when I started doing things like video. Like, the idea of doing video or doing a live video has you absolutely crapping yourself. I hear you, I totally get it. But that's perhaps one of those places where you want to be in, challenge, and happy to invite that challenge in, and to see how you can show up for yourself with that. But it's a really, really big part of it for me is, if you want to grow a business that's wholehearted, it's about how you can show up as yourself. And again, that might be looking at and thinking, well, I'm really, really interested in this thing, how can I kind of bring that in? And I should kind of prefix that, it doesn't mean that like every single little thing that you're interested in should be part of your business, but it's about your business feeling like you. And this is another reason why I'm really passionate about branding, is because I think that's a really great way to kind of bring yourself in there if your brand reflects who you are, and that you're communicating a bit about who you are to the people who you want to work with. Another thing is about listening to your gut and your intuition. So I think it's really important in business, and sometimes we can forget this because the online business world can be quite masculine and can be quite driven, that we kind of don't forget the fact that we've got intuition and we've got a gut for a reason, and we get those feelings and we get those those kind of nudges in the right direction. And sometimes we've really got to tune in and listen to those. And often what happens again in the online business world is that we see a lot of stuff that other people are doing, or we watch a webinar, we get a free download or something, and it kind of starts to make us doubt ourselves about what we should be doing. And I do think that strategy is important. I'm going to touch on that in a sec. But I think that really actually what we need to be doing is making sure that we're not discounting our intuition, our gut feelings too. And then, like I said, I think having a strategy is important just as much as you're going to listen to your intuition and your gut. I think having a strategy is another part of that as well, and these things can go together. A simple strategy that works is going to stop you procrastinating. It's going to make sure that you're actually taking steps in the right direction in your business, that you're actually doing stuff. It's going to stop you wasting loads of time. I think having a simple, effective strategy is really, really essential to everything. And then the final thing would be to really look at your business and think, am I actually enjoying what I'm doing? Sometimes again with the strategy stuff, it might be like, right, well, I really should be, I'm seeing people who are doing really, really well on Facebook. I should be showing up on Facebook, but actually I friggin' hate Facebook. It's crap. I really don't want to be on there. Then why are you being on Facebook? There's plenty of other social media places where you can be. And I think it's just about being able to look at what you're doing and think, well, if I'm not enjoying this element of the work, if I don't really hate writing blog posts, then would you perhaps more enjoy doing video posts? If not, would you perhaps prefer to do record podcasts instead? There's so many different ways that you can get your message out and get you out and get in front of people who might want to work with you, that doing something that you really, really hate, I don't think that that's very good, because the strategy that works is the one that you're going to actually do, and I think enjoying that is a massive part of it. So those are big ones. So just to kind of sum up, what makes a wholehearted business, to me, it's about one that really, where you really fully show up as yourself. So whether that's just incorporating who you are into what you do, so that people can get to know who you are, bringing all of your talents and skills and and interests and things, and incorporating those in a way that makes sense. Again, not talking about like every single hobby that you've got has to be part of your business, but really about you coming into it in that way, and also about you having your version of success. And then in terms of kind of getting to that point, how you can grow a wholehearted business, listen to your gut and your intuition, have a simple strategy that makes sense for you, make sure that you're really enjoying yourself. That's so important that you're doing stuff that you enjoy, because you're more likely to show up. Be prepared to be challenged and things as well. So I hope that that's helped just give you a bit of some things to think about when it comes to creating a wholehearted business. And if you're really interested in growing a more wholehearted business and doing things a bit differently, then I'm going to be opening my Wholehearted Business Club very soon, so watch out for that. I'll see you soon.